Alright, so I'm going to go over this video and stuff thing just real quick before we get into the actual video of reviewing the JP players tier list. As I said earlier, that's what this is going to be about, and it's in the title. Video and stuff number 14 is coming soon, this time with new members. Toshi also answers your questions and Ask Stuff. There's new info about updates and characters too. Watch here. So, obviously you can see we have two girls. They look similar. I don't think they're related though. They could be sisters or twins, but I don't think they're related. Which, in my opinion, points to something. But, I do want to look at the JP tweet. And, well, you see, it's two men. So, and it's the same two people they always have typically, just swapped around. In this one, it says, this time Toshi will hold Ask and Stuff to answer the questions you have, well, to answer questions you have received, okay. In addition, update information and new character information. So, obviously they say a little bit different, and it's Google Translate, so take it with a grain of salt on that. You can also see in the in-game news, but I'll just go here on Twitter to find it if I can real quick. And also follow me on Twitter if you don't, at Dugo. It's in the first link in the description. I can't find it. Nas said it. Let me look at his tweets, because he said it somewhere here. Yeah, this new character is different from the usual. So, if we look at strictly just the girl tweet from them, you would think, okay, maybe they look similar, but maybe they're just friends. Kefla, that can auto-transform, or maybe a fusion that goes from Caulifla and Kale, that goes into Kefla, that auto-transforms in the battle, as Kefla does. She goes from base, then powers up to Super Saiyan, then Super Saiyan 2. It wouldn't be, you have 4 main abilities to do all that. It would be, okay, 20 timer counts, or maybe, I don't know. Yeah, 20 timer counts. She goes from base to Super Saiyan. Then 40 timer counts. She goes from Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2. Then 60 timer counts. She has more damage inflicted and all this because she's doing like her final burst or final attacks. And then she deteriorates over time from that. That's if you're looking at just this one. Now, you could assume a 17 and 18 duo unit, but obviously it's a girl, not a girl and a guy in this picture, and these two don't even look like twins. So, I would assume the most accurate thing from this thumbnail would be, well, a Kefla that auto-transforms, because that would be a mechanic in the game. And typically what they like to do is test new mechanics pre-anniversary to see how they hold up, if people like them, so they know to scrap it or not for anniversary. For example, we had Gotenks drop Super Saiyan 1 into Super Saiyan 3. That was kind of a newer idea. We never had a already transformed unit transform into something higher, if we think about it. We never had, like, I don't know how to explain it. We never had a Super Saiyan 2 Goku go into Super Saiyan 3. Or maybe a Super Saiyan 1 Goku go into Super Saiyan Blue. It's that concept. It was something new that was, well, not well received for the Gotenks, because not everyone summoned on Gotenks. They summoned for Kefla. But that's what they're doing. It feels like they're just testing more than anything. So that's that part. I just want to go over, we most likely will be getting a newish mechanic coming along with this video and stuff, and well, these units, and yeah, let me know what you guys think, and let's get into the actual video. Alright, so in this one we're gonna be going over, well, you see it here, JP players tier list has arrived. Number 1 JP players tier list has arrived. So I would say don't take this fully accurately. Again, tier lists are very opinionated. You could easily disagree if you've used the unit more, if you use the unit less, if you haven't even touched the unit, or, well, if you're facing these units and you're getting shit on by them, well, you might not agree that they are as low as they are or as high as they are, depending your scenarios in the game. So don't take these at face value, like fully 100% accurate, blah, 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 blah. Just saying. So, in Tier 1, well, Red tier, I guess. He's going by colors, right? Yeah, he's going by colors. Alright. We have LF Gohan, agreed. If I disagree, I'll let you guys know. Gogeta, agreed. And Bergamo. Bergamo, well, that's the top 3 at least. Bergamo, and I'm not looking how this is rated, by the way, so I'm assuming this is just 14 star because JP players typically 14 star whale out. So, just my assumption. Bergamo, yes, he's very good. He has infinite cut. He has healing after a combo ends. His green card is amazing with its chaining, and it cancels attribute upgrades for the enemy. His main ability cancels attribute downgrades. Let's say Super 17 does that paralyze on you. Boom! Pop his main. You don't have to use it. Cancels downgrades. A negative to it is you have to pop it when you have allies alive because it does more damage when you have more allies. And then he wants to build up, so that kind of is counterintuitive because your allies might die while you're building up, so you can pop that ultimate, do more damage. But overall, I would agree with this. Bergamo is S tier. Launch, I would put her a little lower. I just don't think she has enough to warrant her being there. Frieza on his teams isn't up here. I would say he's about bottom of A. Trunks and Mai is a good support. It's just they're not the ideal future unit you want to run. It's obviously Cell, so I'd probably put Cell at where Launch is, and then Trunks and Mai where Frieza is, and then Frieza behind Ultra Goku. Which Ultra Goku at 14 stars I cannot use. I cannot even test. None of us can unless we do LBR. But I would say he is worth it. Good enough to be in this category, to even be noticed. So maybe not S, but it's a preliminary thought. So I don't really, discredit this guy for trying to preliminary think about this. A tier, I would say, actually, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. I would say Cell doesn't make sense. He should be a lot lower. Dispo should be a lot lower. Metal Cooler probably would be number 1 for me. Super Saiyan Blue Goku might be number 2, then Dispo, then Cell, then Trunks, then Goku. And then Red's B tier is EX Gogeta, Broly, and Sin, or Omega Shenron. Broly I'd put number 1 of this batch. I'm not going to swap them around like all over all the tiers because that'll just take too long. I'd say Broly is number 1 in this batch just because he allows you to get sustained damage cut when you swap from him into somebody else. And that pairs well with like the green Broly and other units that, well, can tank. So I'd say Broly goes over Gogeta next, and then Omega just because Omega has no teams and he is replaced on many of them. Yellow. That is interesting what I am seeing here. Holy shit. Okay, Yellow. Why is there 1 A tier unit and there 6, 7 S tier units? Okay. LF Piccolo? No. Gogeta Blue. I'd say Gogeta Blue at high stars is high up. I would say 18 is the best. Then Gogeta Blue. Then DKP. Then Future Gohan. Then Piccolo. Then God Vegeta. Then Champa. That's how I'd rearrange that. Vegeta, well, he's alone, so I guess he is the only A tier, so he's in the right spot. Honestly, I could make a case for him being above Champa and swapping them, but it's not that important. Kid Goku, yes, he's fallen off. I don't think he's the best of the worst units in this category. I would say Goten is the best of the worst here, in this guy's opinion at least. Well, based off his list. Then Frieza, because Frieza, the game is 70% Saiyans. Like, you're gonna run into Saiyans like every other match. So Frieza, I would say, is number 2. Kid Goku could be number 3. I could see Trunks being number 4, then Yellow Vegito, then Goku Black. I'd say maybe Broly beats Goku Black, but it's not really that important. Okay. Purple. Oh, what the fuck? This is interesting. No. Rose is not number 1 here. DKP is probably A tier in my opinion. Hits, he's in the right spot. UI Goku's in the right spot. I would say Super Saiyan 3 is the best S tier unit here. Then UI Goku. Then Hit. Then Rose. Maybe, if you're lucky, he even stays in S tier. Then Broly. I'd say Broly over Rose. I'd say Rose, if he stays in S, he is the best He's the worst of the best if he's in S tier still. Vegeta should be S tier. Murzumasu should be high B tier. Gohan, I guess, makes sense, and Lavender should be lower. This Vegeta is trash. I would say, honestly, 21 is better than him. I would say Frieza might be better than him just for the support. Zenkai 7 Vegeta should be a little bit higher, and Super Vegito should be a little bit lower. Yeah, and DKP, and don't talk to me about DKP, I hate that character. Now, Greens. What the fuck? Okay, Super 17's being underrated. That's insane. I agree with Super Saiyan 3 being number 1 there. You could replace him with Goku Black. It's vice versa, honestly. It's the same thing. Yes, top 3 I agree with. Gotenks I disagree with. He should be A, middle of the pack. Boo, I agree with again. Should be right there. Super 17 could go where Boo is, and then Boo could go where Gotenks is. That's all I'd change about this first part at least. A tier, 21 makes sense. Kefla makes sense. Cooler. Could be a little lower. I guess Cooler's in the right spot, right? Beerus should be a little lower. I would say Yamcha and Broly are better than Beerus. And then Kid Trunks, he could be behind Yamcha. It doesn't really matter. And then B tier, 16 and Kaioken. I think Super Kaioken's very underrated. I think he could be bottom of A. And yeah, 16 is just replaced, so you don't see him. Now the last color, blue. And if I'm speeding through this, I don't mean to be speeding through. It's just, there's not much to say about this overall. It's just, it's another guy's opinion, right? Like, you can't really say, oh, it's completely, you can say it's wrong, but it's like, it's not meant to be right. It's just meant to be someone else's thought process. Namek Goku, and I've never done or seen a color-based tier list, so it's interesting. Namek Goku, number 1, I disagree. I would say Super Saiyan Blue Goku is better than Namek Goku. And then Bardock might be better than Namek Goku. I guess Bardock is worse, yeah. So I'd say Super Saiyan Blue Goku, then Namek Goku, then Kid Buu, then Bardock. Kid Buu is very, very good even at low stars. Topo, I agree with. Vegito Blue. Broly should be right behind or above Topo. Trunks should be in front of Topo. Revival Goku should be A tier. Vegito Blue should be a little bit... Actually, Vegito Blue's in the right spot, and Majin Vegeta's in the right spot, too. Android 21, she could slide her way into the bottom of S, replacing Majin Vegeta, but this is fine enough. Basil, very underrated. I very much like him, especially using him recently in these past videos. So, makes sense. He's there, and then, well, LOE's dead, so Cooler's right there. Gohan, makes sense. Trunks makes sense. Broly makes sense. And EX Raditz just makes sense. Huh. I don't really fully disagree with anything on this list. Maybe there's some, like, obvious, like, off choices, like LF Piccolo being number 1, and Bergamo maybe being S tier. But I don't fully disagree with anything besides DKP there and Gotenks here. I think everything else is pretty much accurate. Just some minor things, but like nothing that would make the list be like 20 times better, 20 times worse. Let me see what other people are saying though, just so we gauge an idea. I mostly agree, but there are some weird discrepancies, like Goten being B tier, but putting Rose being top of S, or Regama being S. I mean, yeah. You're not going to fully agree. Again, it's just more based off your usage and how you fought against the enemies. So it's weird to decipher if it's actually accurate. Now, again, it's just a tier list, more or less, I would assume, for fun. Like this right here. DBS Frieza and Trunks and Mai above Cell, Rose, and above Super Saiyan 3 Goku, UI, and DKP. I think they're going 14 stars for LF, seeing how high Gogeta Blue is as well, so I can't judge yet. Exactly, that's the thing. LFs are being compared to 14 stars because, well, JP players are very big whales, and they probably have them at 14 stars. So, I don't disagree with that sentiment. Like, it makes sense that some of these LFs are higher than you would think. Kazuki is too much S-Chinger. Claudius Judge. Piccolo over 18, yeah, I don't know. Piccolo isn't even over DKP for me. I'd say Piccolo is just DKP with less of that poison. He has card draw, that's great, but if he can't steal Dragon Balls, he can't gain ki back on switching as much, at least as heavily. I don't even know because I don't use him, but it's just he doesn't do enough to warrant being above even DKP, let alone Android 18. I appreciate how it shows how those outside Japan underrate some units. Brigamo's definitely underrated. Yeah, he is the best of the three dogs. 100%. His green and ultimate are not praised as much as they should be. I think Game Press had Dispo over him, which was a case study in which you look at Game Press, but also should judge your units on your own. Launch is also underrated. She's damn good, and her green card draw speed is extremely good. I disagree. I don't think Launch is that good. Yellow Goten and B tier under both A tier rates Trunks and Yellow. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. LR Gotenks is better than people give him credit for. Namek Goku is not the best blue. If Game Press won't do, at least Kazuki will. Oh. Okay. I've seen enough. I would say this list is more accurate than I anticipated. Is it 100% accurate? In my opinion, no. Obviously, I would change things, but as I've said 5 times already, it's your discrepancy. It's what you've been facing. If you've been facing 27 Namek Gokus and they've been one-shotting you with their blue cards, obviously you're going to think he's the best in the game. But if you've been facing, I don't know, 5 Topos and you're killing him in 2 cards with Green Goku Black, you're obviously not going to think too much of him. It's all player-to-player based, match-based, and your experience-based. Just understand that when it comes to any tier list in the entire, world, based off this game. It's all just your experience compared to somebody else's experience. That's how a tier list is made, which is why they're unique and interesting. But yeah, that's going to be the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys like that beginning part where I go over the video and stuff, because I don't think it warranted its own video, but I also think it was important to talk about that. So let me know what you guys think are coming for that video and stuff on the 13th, 4 days from now. If you agree with this tier list, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.